Hey, what's happening guys, Rolandas here. Today I'm gonna share with you guys my 4.5-month update after my second FUE/DHI hair transplant. For those of you who are new here, I was NW5a. I was pretty much the whole top was severely diffused or in certain areas completely bald, like the whole frontal like a third. The hairline was gone like so for quite a few years already. I really don't even remember how my hairline looked like. And as you can see, I got the hairline right now, so yeah, this is something great. I went to Dr. Bruno Ferreira in Portugal. Over 2 transplants, I had 6,540 grafts. So 2 surgeries spaced roughly 1 year apart, and each surgery took 2 days. So in this kind of my transplant update videos, I'm usually showing off exactly how it looks under like a direct light, basically like a very high quality close-ups, comb throughs with a comb, etc. So people like you gonna know exactly like what you can expect from like a good quality hair transplant in terms of growth, hair angles, and things like that. So if you appreciate the effort, hit that like button. And if you're new here, of course, subscribe to the channel because I'm posting a lot of different useful content in terms of hair transplants, hair loss, etc. With no bullshit, so you're not gonna be scammed. And before we dive into the topic, I would like to mention this video's sponsor, me. Nobody's sponsoring me. So hit the like button if you appreciate my content, my time taking to do these videos. So right now, as you can see, I've got so much hair. And to be honest, it's pretty unbelievable. I really don't remember when the last time was when I had a full, like a kind of feeling like, looking like head of hair. And of course, as we know, the transplant is like a just illusion of density. So it's not like a super dense. For example, if you're gonna be under like a super direct, harsh light, especially when the head is wet, you're gonna be able to see like a density difference, for example, between the donor and like the recipient area. In cases like mine, there was like pretty much like slick bald, But nonetheless, like when the hair is nicely clean and dry, it looks really nice. And actually, my hair is still like drying out a little bit, so we're gonna jump into actual proper close-ups as we usually do a little bit later. But just now I actually washed my hair and I took a quick video just to showcase how it looks right now at this stage with properly wet hair. And to be honest, to my surprise, it looks pretty good already. Of course, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I started oral minoxidil after my second transplant as well, so it contributed a lot and really gave a great boost to my thin miniaturized hairs in my mid-scalp and partially crown that I had before my second transplant, obviously. But I also believe it's kind of slightly speed up the transplanted hair growth, because if compared to my first transplant, I didn't have as much results, let's say, from my transplant as I have like right now. I feel like right now my growth started like maybe 1 or 2 weeks earlier, so I'm just a tiny bit ahead of like a schedule. Of course, it's impossible to exactly determine like the native hairs and the transplanted hairs. I'm mainly comparing the growth from my first transplant, so I know pretty much how it works. But nonetheless, by looking at what I have right now, even when the hair is like a slightly like dry, just a towel dry basically, it already looks so much better, isn't it? If I gonna comb straight down, it looks perfect, to be honest. It looks great. Of course, you can notice a part of the crown that was not touched with my any of the transplants actually. It looks much thinner than the rest of the areas. And to be honest, this area has a lot of hairs, albeit they are very miniaturized, and I'm really hoping for oral minoxidil to actually thicken them up even more in upcoming future. I've been a bit more than 4 months right now, so yeah, it's still plenty of time, to see more results from it. But yeah, the transplant didn't really touch this area. And I guess it's best if I kind of come closer like we always do. It's pretty thick, to be honest. Like with this finer tooth comb, when I'm like brushing back, I really feel like a lot of resistance, which means there's some density, there's some hair, which is great. You know, it's funny, when you don't have hair loss, you have hair, you really don't care or like don't look at this kind of things, and it's just normal thing to having hair. But once you losing hair or actually lost already, especially for quite some time, and then you get a transplant or you regrow hair with some medications, you start to appreciate it so much more, isn't it? If you can relate, make sure to hit that like button. So yeah, really happy, to be honest. At this point, I'm not wearing any concealers on a daily basis. I'm just going like that. And yeah, I'm washing my hair with a shampoo, maybe every 2 to 3 days. It really depends how I feel, you know, about my hair. But I'm trying to just wash it, just rinse it really, just with the plain water every day. And that's it really. So yeah, it looks great. I feel great, and the density looks pretty good, to be honest, already. I'm expecting density to be even better in upcoming months. And if you want to see it, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this video. And of course, I didn't mention the temple peaks. I had like about 100 grafts implanted in each area, just over here, to kind of restructure them more. And yeah, I bet it's really difficult to tell. It's not the perfect light conditions for this kind of, you know, close-ups, basically, just like dark outside, and, you know, I have to shoot these videos in the evening. Nonetheless, temple peaks really looks nice. Already they kind of have their structure. I'm not expecting them to grow really thick, because I had barely like, what, 100 grafts transplanted in each temple peak, roughly. So it's not to provide like a huge visual density, but rather to give the structured look, because they were pretty thinned out. If you're curious to know how exactly I was looking just before my second transplant and immediately after that, check out this video where I analyzed all the pictures that Dr. Ferreira sent me after my, you know, second surgery. So there's like a pre-surgery pictures and immediately after, so you can see like a clear implantation pattern and everything. And I actually, you know, went into great detail analyzing it.